Hi, Founder fans. Jason here. Welcome to Founder of the Day Trivia, whatever day it is, Trivia Day. We're going to start up with a little bit of a wrap up. Hi, Colonel. Thank you for coming. Let me know if everything's working appropriately. George Washbot should be here. It says I'm connected. It is giving me a lot of trouble. I'll remind you, if you type !Continentals with an S, then it will tell you how much you've saved just from watching this channel. There, that's my example. Again, it seems to be having a lot of problems today, and I'm not sure why, so I do apologize for that. Like I said, Miss Viv, if you want to let me know, anyone else here want to let me know if you're getting... No, everyone. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know. Let's see, am I back up? Excellent connection. Well, thank you for letting me know, Colonel. Hopefully this resolves it. It seems to be me. It's not YouTube. It's not on your end. It is on my end. I'm not sure why. It's really frustrating after all this work I put into it that it doesn't work now. It literally is telling me I have an excellent connection, and it's telling me it's not working. So, 809, stream is healthy. It says excellent. I lowered a bunch of things, so I'm not putting so much stress on the server. We'll see. It doesn't look like it's playing up here to me. And that's super embarrassing. I'm good now? Thank you, Colonel. Thank you so much. It tells me you're not here right now. So, thank you so much. Let's do it. Let's get through the wrap-up. Colonel, it's on you. I need your help. If I'm not good, you let me know, and I will stop and fix it. But as long as you think I'm good, I'm going to go for it from here. So let's go to the wrap-up. Going to run through the week real quick. Now we got 20 minutes. Run through a whole week worth of Founders. And then we will go ahead and rock out the trivia. So first of all, got to bring up my notes here. John Park Custis. This guy here. And ignore this side of the screen. I have not finishing all of the new stuff, despite all of the hours I've put in this week. John Park Custis was George Washington's stepson. He was born to a gentleman named Daniel Park Custis and Martha, soon to be one day Washington. John Park Custis, his father dies when he's about 2 or 3 years old. His mother remarries by the time he's 5. He moves into Mount Vernon. He grows up in the George Washington household. Now, Custis was always kind of a troublesome kid, kind of seen as lazy and not lethargic, but as affluent children might go, you can imagine. So, when he's born, he inherits a whole bunch of property, which does include a lot of enslaved people. I don't know the exact number. Over 100, at least, enslaved people. George Washington takes care of him. He raises Park Custis as his own. And then he makes poor decisions. He goes up to New York to go to King's College for a brief period. Then he comes down to... he quits and comes back to Virginia, where he gets married real quick. And everyone's like, his mother and stepdad are like, you're only 18. What are you getting married for? And he gets married. And that's that. And then he moves to a property. He ends up buying a property for way more than it's worth. And it takes out interest rates for his loan that are way more than it should be. And George Washington has to wave his finger and scold him. Got a cat kicking in the door, I think. Cat or a kid? Cat. He scolds him. Park Custis ends up, when the war starts, actually goes up to Boston and serves very briefly as an informal aide-de-camp to George Washington, but then goes down to Virginia again, becomes a member of the House of Burgesses. While he's in the House of Burgesses, he does a few things. He speaks out of turn for a young man his age, and he has to get reprimanded yet again from his father-in-law. He then ends up going to Yorktown. He rejoins the Continental Army at the end of the war and serves as an aide-de-camp to George Washington during the final victory of the Americans. Now, this is an extremely important moment in American history, and John Park Custis is at the head of that. Unfortunately, he catches what's called camp fever. He gets a sickness, and he disappears. He gets a sickness. Okay, sorry. I think everything's fixed. He catches a sickness and passes away just days after Yorktown. So this momentous, really important part of American history, George Washington should be celebrating with his spouse, and unfortunately they are mourning the loss of a child. Now, interestingly enough, Parke Custis did have several children by this point. He dies, he's only 26 years old when he dies, but he had several children by then. These children went on to become very important people. Some of them, one of them married Robert. He had a granddaughter. John Parke Custis has a granddaughter that actually married Robert E. Lee of Civil War fame. And that's the story of John Parke Custis. Again, we're running through them pretty quick this week. Samuel Latham Mitchell. So Samuel Latham Mitchell is a lot of fun because he was a educated person. He was very smart. He went to Europe to become a doctor. He ends up becoming a lawyer also. He writes the first medical journal in the history of the United States, the Medical Repository, which found its way into every physician's office. Okay, streaming problems again. He ends up... he joins the national government. He serves as a member of the House of Representatives as a Democratic Republican for a while during the Jefferson administration. He then goes on to serve as a... I'm way ahead, huh? Oh, is that it? Okay. Sorry. He then goes on to serve... Yeah, okay, I can't tell where I am.